I hope everyone is doing well. I have a strong belief that we are now prepared for a significant breakout, as Bitcoin is once again trading exactly at the top of its horizontal range. Having stated that, we have already mentioned the fact that the first thing we need to do is break our falling channel to the upside. This will be a sign that Bitcoin is getting bullish. The market experienced a very pleasant break to the upside, which was accompanied by a very enormous green candle that lasted for 1 hour. Regarding the time frame, we examined the daily height that was derived from the region of resistance. This level was also broken to the top, and it was almost perfectly retested just now, or maybe a couple minutes ago. All of these things happened just now. The only function it is now performing is that of a support area. Now that Bitcoin has made a solid move to the upside, we are trading just at the top of our horizontal band. This is the second time that this has happened, for the reason why I believe there is a considerable likelihood that we will break through this area of resistance and head higher. You might be wondering why I believe this. The first indication will be the flow of orders, which does not seem to be something that a lot of people pay attention to. We are aware that over the course of the last few days, we have managed to make some pretty beautiful higher lows. Additionally, we bounced just around the bottom of our horizontal range, which is virtually precisely where we reached our weekly high from the area of support on the time frame. This is evidenced by the fact that we bounced around there. We were well aware that we were significantly lower than the average. This is the point at which we brought the liquidity down below our previous low point. This prompted us to look for a new long or bind position, which we attempted to find. You will notice that the CVD symbol is making new lower lows right now as we follow the order flow. This is something that you will notice. What exactly does that say? At this very moment, Bitcoin is still now being subjected to direct pressure in the market. The price was not able to be reduced in any way. The fact that we are making higher lows makes it quite evident that both of them are currently having an upward effect on the price. It turns out to be beneficial for them. In addition, I would like to mention that CVD indicator is currently displaying a bullish divergence, which indicates that there is bullish absorption taking place, which is a bullish sign for Bitcoin. You should also be aware that we are currently attempting to reach the highest point in this horizontal range on multiple occasions. Let us assume that this was the first repetition, followed by the second, the third, the fourth, and finally the fifth repetition. Furthermore, at this very moment, we are ascending and getting closer to the highest point in our horizontal range for the 6th time in a row. In the future, there is a greater possibility that we will witness a successful breakout to the upside. It is true that the area of support that we are currently focusing on is the top of our horizontal range. Furthermore, I believe that it is a significant one, since if we were to measure the total amount of our entire range right now, it will be clear to you that it corresponds completely with the precise monetary amount, and the value area is on the higher end. There is a significant amount of resistance in the high value sector, which once again aligns neatly with the highest point in our horizontal range. It would be a really positive development for Bitcoin if both of those levels were to collapse. Let's set high standards for ourselves. Bro, when we set higher goals, should we be paying attention to the area of resistance you talked about yesterday? Is a question that will be asked by a significant number of individuals. This indicates that we need to locate $57,000 in the United States as soon as possible. Simply put, not really at all. Whenever we consider setting price goals, the first thing that we always take into consideration is the level of liquidity. Where exactly is the income that ought to be there? A little over 52,850 USD in US currency was our previous high point. In the meantime, let's have a look at this Bitcoin chart that is both bullish and highly fascinating for the weekly term. To begin, I would like to bring to your attention the fact that after making your initial deposit, you are still eligible to receive some free trading bonuses by following the links that are provided below. In light of the fact that this particular chart from TradeShot appears to be in excellent condition and indicates that prices are likely to increase. Let's go right into it. Bitcoin, are we seeing a run straight to a new all-time high? Is the question that appears to be appearing in his voice. According to him, the RSI indicator is currently being broken to the upside. He is saying this right now. The trend line is being broken on a weekly scale by our own actions. Furthermore, with regard to the period of history, this was, in point of fact, a highly appealing and bullish indicator. During the years 2020 and 2021, we were able to break through the trend line of the RSI and move upward. Following that, Bitcoin immediately skyrocketed to a new all-time high. And something quite similar occurred just here in this precise location. Between the years 2015 and 2016, the trend line was broken. We made a direct attempt to achieve a new all-time high. In light of the fact that I'm currently looking at those extremely interesting charts, I would argue that historically speaking, it has been a highly successful and bullish indicator. With that being said, we must continue to exercise caution since, despite the fact that the trend line is breaking to the higher, there is still the possibility that a negative divergence will occur. Having said that, if we do see a push to the downside, perhaps even in the next few weeks, right here as we build a higher high, then yes, a diagonal region of resistance was broken right here, which is a bullish indication. This is indicated by the fact that the price has broken through the diagonal. On the other hand, you should be aware that if the bearish divergence continues to hold, the situation will be exactly the opposite right now. However, a bearish divergence will unquestionably be a bearish indication for Bitcoin, despite the fact that we received a positive signal. You should be aware of this and pay attention to it right now in the weekly period, because if we confirm a bearish divergence, it will undoubtedly be a negative signal for Bitcoin itself. This is something you should be aware of and pay attention to currently. People are asking themselves, is this the right time for me to take a new long or bind position? As a result of this, to tell you the truth, I would say that when we take a comprehensive look at the Bitcoin market, we can observe that prices are seeing an upward trend. Over and over again, we are probing the area of support, which increases the likelihood that we will actually see a breakout in the market. Additionally, we are able to observe a really nice and robust CVD divergence at this particular moment. If you were to take a position right now, would you feel more comfortable taking a long or a tight position? Because it is the area of resistance. I would argue that it is not a good place to go for an extended period of time. It is obvious that you ought to make an effort to go with a new short or sell. Having stated that, I am not interested in selling or going short at this time.